Hello everyone, welcome to the new session of Fiber Crops Part 2. So in this session, we are going to study about the fibers that we obtain from the Gossypium species and Cocos nucifera. So let's start the session. So Gossypium, that is the family Malvaceae, and the vernacular name, that is the cotton, is the common name that is also called as the vernacular name, and this Gossypium belongs to the Malvaceae family, right? The cotton has been cultivated in Southeast Asia and Central America since ancient times. So this is the crop from the Southeast Asia and Central America. India has been most primitive center for the cotton, from where it has introduced to China and Egypt around 600 BC. So this important crop that is grown in India, that has been introduced to China and Egypt also. So in the 19th century, its cultivation spread in the tropical and subtropical and warm temperate parts of the world. Its cultivation has been noted throughout India, that is in Myanmar, Malaysia, China, Korea and Japan. So its cultivation is nowadays we can see it is done in the India, Myanmar, Malaysia, China, Korea and even in the Japan. India and Africa are the largest producer of cotton, mainly that is Gossypium arboreum, right? So this is G, that is the Gossypium arboreum. So the 4 cultivated cotton species with large number of varieties and the hybrid forms are classified in the 2 types. So we are having 2 types of cotton, right? And that is known as, first one, American or the New World cotton, represented by Gossypium hirsutum and Gossypium barbidens. So these 2 species, that is Gossypium hirsutum and Gossypium barbidens, that comes under the American or the New World cotton, right? And there is the Asiatic or the Old World cotton, and this is represented by Gossypium arboreum and Gossypium herbaceum, right? So the first one, that is the Gossypium arboreum, that is Ceylon cotton. This is also known as Ceylon cotton. The plants are annual or perennial shrubs with the height up to 3 meters. The leaves are 5 to 7 lobed. So this particular species, that is Gossypium arboreum, are the annual and sometimes perennial shrubs with the height up to 3 meters, and their leaves are 5 to 7 lobed. The fruit or balls are tapering structures profusely pitted, having the prominent glands in the piths. So the fruit or the balls, they are having pitted structures, right? So here you can see the fruit open widely when ripe. So the fruit, you can see this fruit is open when it ripe. They contain 17 seeds per locule. So this is very, very important, that if the number of seeds is more, then you are having more cotton. So they contain 17 seeds per locule. The seeds are covered with grayish green or rust colored short hair called fuzz. So these are having short hair, that is called as fuzz. Gossypium herbaceum, that is the Levant cotton. Another type is the Levant cotton, and its scientific name is Gossypium herbaceum. The species is native to the tropical Africa, Middle East, and grown in China, Indonesia, India, Pakistan, Iran, Iraq, Turkey, and Greece. The plants are quite shrubby, reaching to the height 1 meter. So the earlier one, that was having up to 3 meter, then this is around 1 meter height. The leaves are 3 to 5 lobed. The incisions in the leaf extend to half of the length of the lamina, and the bracteoles are widely flaring, and ball is 3-celled. So there they are having 7-celled, and here it is 3 cells. Rounded, beaked and smooth surface. Next species is Gossypium barbidens. So this plant is native of South America. It is known for its length and fineness of the length. So this is having very fine cotton, and it has two varieties, that is Sea Island cotton and Egyptian cotton. The Sea Island cotton is one of the finest varieties of cotton and largely grown in the West Indies, Fiji, and islands of the coast of Florida, Georgia, and Southern Carolina. So this Sea Island cotton, that is one of the finest variety of the cotton. These are grown in these countries. The fine spun yarn is used in the manufacture of laces, cambric, and the fine hosiery. So this Gossypium barbidens, they are having very fine quality of the yarn. So that spun yarn is used for manufacture of the laces that are very soft. The laces are made from the very soft fiber. So this is having very fine spun. So that is used for making laces, cambric, and fine hosiery. Egyptian cotton is grown under irrigated conditions of Nile River Valley of Egypt and Sudan. The fiber is durable and hence used in the manufacture of goods that require huge strength such as automobile tire fabric and high quality hosiery. The plants are quite tall. So this species, that is the Gossypium barbidens plant, is quite tall. Annual shrub reaching to the height up to 3 meters. Again, this one is quite height plant. The plant bears few ascending vegetative branches. The leaves are 3 to 5 lobed. The corolla is bright yellow in color with red purple spots near the base. So this is very different. Generally they are having white flower, but this one is having the bright yellow in color. The balls are usually large, dark green, and prominently pitted with oil glands. The bracteoles are large, divided at the apex, 10 to 15 long acuminate teeth. The fruit is 3 to 4 valved, each having 5 to 8 seeds having fuzzy ends. So they are having 4 valved, right? And these are having 5 to 8 seeds, that surface is having fuzzy ends. The Sea Island cotton, the fibers are white, light cream colored, soft and lustrous. The fourth species, that is Gossypium herbaceum, that is levant cotton. The fruit open at maturity with 3 to 4 loculi and having up to 11 seeds. The seeds bear 2 coat of hairs, long length hairs and short fuzzy hairs. So this is very, very important, this point, that is they are having 2 coat of hairs, long hairs and short hairs. So that is called as length hairs, and the short, that is called as fuzz hairs. Gossypium hirsutum, upland cotton. The cotton is the native to the Mexico and Central America. It is grown in most part of the world, and it constitutes 95% of the world production. So 95% of the cotton production from the world belongs to this particular species, that is Gossypium hirsutum. Besides United States, it grows in Brazil, Uganda, Africa, Iraq, China, Turkey, Greece, India, and also in Pakistan. Most of the world cotton comes from USA, China, India, Pakistan, Uzbekistan, Turkey, Brazil, Turkmenistan, Greece, and Australia. India ranked 3rd in the production of cotton. Very, very important point. So this can be asked in the examination. What is the position of India in the production of cotton in the world? So it ranked 3rd. The major cotton producing states in India are Maharashtra, Gujarat, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Punjab, Haryana, and also Madhya Pradesh. On the basis of the length of the staple, 2 its varieties are recognized, which include American upland short staple cotton with the length of about 16 to 27 millimeter, and American upland long staple cotton with the length of around 28 to 38 millimeter. Okay, so this is American upland short staple and this is American upland long staple. Don't get confused with this short and long, right? So they are having 16 to 27 meter length and they are having 28 to 38 millimeter length. Okay, so let us study about the morphology of the crop, this cotton plant. The plants are generally shrubs or trees with vegetative branches. So generally they are shrub. The main stem of the plant is monopodial in growth and possesses spirally arranged leaves. So leaves are arranged in spirals and the stem is monopodial. The leaves bear two kinds of buds, axillary and extra axillary. The plant shows dimorphic branching, means two types of branchings are there. The vegetative branch are monopodial. So this we are having two types of branches. So this vegetative branches are monopodial while the fruiting branches are sympodial. Very important. The vegetative branches develop from the axillary buds, right? From the axillary buds. So and nodes of lower stem while the fruiting branches arise from the extra axillary buds of the upper node. So from the upper node they are having extra axillary buds that give rise to the fruiting branches. So they are having two types of branches, that is fruiting branches and the vegetative branches. Vegetative branches that are monopodial and the fruiting branches are sympodial. Now this vegetative branches that develop from the axillary buds of the nodes of lower part of the stem, whereas the fruiting branches arises from the extra axillary buds from the upper nodes. Vegetative branches are morphologically similar to the main stem and do not bear flowers. So this vegetative branches, they are not having any flowers. They are basically having the leaves that do the process of photosynthesis. The secondary fruiting branches bear flower at the tip and that appear to the upper nodes of the branches. Right? So from the axils of the subtending leaf, a branch develops that terminates into the fruiting point. The flowers are borne opposite to the leaf on the fruiting branches. So the flowers are borne opposite to the leaf on the fruiting branches. The leaves are large, palmately lobed, that is they are 3 to 5 lobes and they are quite hairy. Okay, hairs, small hairs are present on the surface of the leaves. The flowers are quite large, showy, white or pale yellow and usually without purplish spot at the base. The flowers are surrounded by the involucres or bracts that are generally persistent. So the flowers like this, they are having involucre. So this involucre or the bracts that are generally persistent. The flower turn pink or red on second day of blooming. The balls are large, rounded, green and smooth leathery capsules. The fruit consists of 3 to 5 locules or the chamber. So when the fruit is formed, they are having either 3 locules or sometimes 5 locules like this. Okay. The seeds are covered all over with the long hairs that is called lint or sometimes short hair that is called fuzz. Okay, very important, this long hairs that is present on the surface of the seeds that is called as lint, and when the fibers are quite small, the hairs are quite small, they are called as fuzz. The capsule cracks at maturity along the sutures. Sutures means they are having the demarcation that is called as sutures, and the content expand into a white fluffy mass which is pushed outside the carpel. The cotton fiber represent the epidermal elongations of the seed coat. So these seed coat, they are having the epidermal surface. So they are the extended part of this epidermal elongation. Right? So when the epidermis elongate in the form of fibers, though, that is called as cotton fibers, right? And they are present on the seed coat. The fibers attain maturity. When the fibers attain maturity, they become full in length during the first 25 days of the ball development. A mature fiber look like a translucent, flattened, twisted, more or less tubular structure with broad base and an untwisted tapering apical end. So these fibers are having long lumen, and at the base they are quite broad, right? And at the top they tapers. So a raw cotton fiber consists of 94% cellulose, protein 1.3%, and the pactic substances, that is just 0.9%. So basically they constitute 94% of cellulose. The fibers are classified as long staple and short staple fibers. The long staple fibers of the American or the Egyptian origin and have length 1 to 22.5 inches and good textile and luster. So they are used for the textiles. And the short staple fibers of Indian origin and have length of 0.3 to 0.7 inches and are coarse and lustreless. So they are not having any luster. So they are coarse fibers. Cotton balls are hand-picked. So when the cotton balls become mature, they are hand-picked. The fibers are taken out and it's spun into yarn and woven into clothes. The fiber passes through the various processes such as ginning, baling, carding, picking, and combing. Because of its superior quality, cotton is widely used in textile industry. Cultivation. Cotton is a tropical plant we have already discussed. So this is a tropical crop. The crop requires abundance of sunshine and a warm temperature, that is around 21 to 43 degrees centigrade. The cultivation require adequate soil moisture, that is about 100 centimeter of rainfall during the early stages of growth and dry region during the flowering and fruiting. So earlier when the plant is there, so it require 100 centimeter of rainfall during the early stage, but when they are in the flowering and the fruiting stage, they require quite dry season. Harvesting is done in the 6th month after sowing. Uses. The fibers possess high tensile strength and the remarkable resistance. So the fibers are used in innumerable clothing and furnishing items. Absorbent cotton prepared by removing waxy or oily coating is used in bandage making. So they are used for making so many different types of clothes and furnishing items, that is based on the textile industry. And there are also some used for the absorbent cotton. They are used as absorbent cotton, that is used in making bandage material. Okay, so this is all about the cotton plant. Now we will have another fiber that is called as Cocos nucifera. Okay, Cocos nucifera, that is coconut. The commercial coir is obtained from the fibrous husk of the fruit of coconut palm. So you must have seen this coconut that when it is green in color, but when it is brown, you can see a lot of husk over that is covered with the brown hairs, right? Like this. So that is called as coir. That is called as coir. So this commercial coir is obtained from the fibrous husk of the fruit of coconut palm. The fiber is light with high elasticity and high resistance. So this is the we can say the peculiarity of this particular fiber, that is having high elasticity and high resistance. So India is the largest producer of coir and its products. So very important, India is largest producer of coir and there are so many products that can be made from it, right? So this is very important. About 40% of the nuts produced are used for the production of fibers. The fibers are used in the manufacture of mats, rugs, carpets, and bags. The fruits are harvested when still green and obtain coir. The fruit is dehusked. So we take out that husk material, and the husk is then subjected to the retting to remove through interstitial masses. So with the help of retting process, this husk is removed from the fruit. After retting, the husks are taken out of water and thoroughly and repeatedly washed to remove dust. So there are so many small dust are present. So they are taken out from the water, that is after the retting, and they are washed so that all the dust material that are stuck to it get removed. Fiber obtained from the cotton has resilience, durability, and the resistance to water, and used in the manufacture of cordage, cables, coir fibers, and used in the manufacture of mats, cushions, seating, packaging material, and boards. So they are a very important packaging material, right? So this is all about this session. We will have one more session to complete or study some other type of fiber crops. Thank you very much.